All right, so Mania Night 2. This was more of a SmackDown focused Mania, so that was okay. That's the washer. So we begin first with Seth taking on Drew. Nice entrances. Drew had, like the bagpipes and the drums. Seth had what looked like a Mardi Gras theme coming down with him. And he was dressed like, I have no idea. Super flamboyant. And his match started out hot, Claymore. And I was like, if it ends right like that, that'd be fantastic. But didn't. Lots of great back and forth. Lots of Claymores, lots of stomps. And you know what? Drew won. As he should have. And then Drew got in CM Punk's face. And then Punk took off the bracelets on his arm. So I guess he's pretty much healed. And then clocked Drew with it. And then all rise for the Judgment Day. Damian Priest came down and cashed in on him. And I was like, oh, we're starting off hot. And that was crazy. I mean, I made a note for the Seth Drew match. It was Claymore City. Whenever there's a spot to I can do a Claymore here, right? I'm going to do Claymore. And then the cash in by Damian Priest, I'm like, oh, really well done. I'm like, that's good. That's good. Judgment Day lost a lot yesterday. Now they've got the two biggest titles on Raw. Okay, let's see what they do with that. Good job. 6-man. Phantasm versus the Pride. This was a nice car crash match where it was like, here's kendo sticks, let me hit you with one till it breaks. Here's, tables, which is good because special referee, Bubba Ray Dudley. So they broke tables, lots of tables. Some tables broke under their own weight without a move going through them. You also had Snoop Dogg on commentary, and Snoop made this match. This was a match where I was like, it's a match actually not happening on Mania. It's been kind of middling on SmackDown. They try to heat it up a lot to be like, we got to see this on the card. It's weird that was the first time Paul Ellerling had ever been on WrestleMania. But, multi-man match, street fight, car crash, worked well. Move my notes a little bit closer to me. A lot of it's just like match, winner, and some other stuff. And then we went to Styles vs. LA Knight. And oh, the Pride one, sorry. LA Knight, Styles, solid match. When you go from, like the super hot double title change to a 6-man car crash, this was a regular, well-fought match with a couple of high spots here and there. And LA Knight got the victory. Cool. I mean, it was good. It was a nice way to kind of be like, here's your variation from the matches. All right, triple threat match. So Logan Paul came down on a giant truck riding a Prime bottle. Not quite a tank, but still pretty cool. Kevin Owens came down, saw it, went and got a golf cart. Or should I say KO cart. Randy came out. KO was still in the cart. Throws in reverse. Get on, Randy. So now it's the RKO cart. And I like how the ring was mic'd up a decent amount for this match, which I thought was great. Because they kept on doing the whole, are we going to do this now? Are we going to fight each other now? We can fight each other now? No, let's keep on beating up Logan. Which is great. Because all of a sudden allows, the performers to do a lot more emoting in the ring. And then Randy went for an RKO, didn't quite get it, and then it was just the random back and forth. And then RKOs everywhere. And then the Prime bottle was some other streamer who barked in Randy's face and then got put through a table. And then he stopped barking. I'm in my 40s, I got no idea. Logan with brass knucks and random RKOs. And a pop-up powerbomb into an RKO. I was hoping they were going to find a way to pop-up powerbomb Logan, if Logan needed RKO, but instead it was a Randy reversing a pop powerbomb to an RKO. And then Logan won. I was like, oh man. Because pre-match, Sammy was there, he's like, you get yours. And I was like, ooh. I wouldn't mind seeing KO be American champion again. And then have both he and Sammy hold those titles. Maybe get some decent runs out of them, and potentially, that's really outbalanced. They may potentially if we make our way out to a Survivor Series, that could be a pretty solid match right there with those two guys feuding each other. But I was like, all right, good match, worked well, kept the crowd going. Io versus Bayley. Bayley came out in some weird Egyptian-style garb that Corey Graves had to then explain that where Bayley is from, there's a random Egyptian park, and that's where Gear's inspired from. But Io, Bayley, ironically, had that turn had happened not the same week when there was like with the Rock coming down, might have had better heat to it. But this is the breakup of the leader of Damage Control walking away. I was hoping for not the Bayley role model song, but that's what she came out to. Again, solid in ring work. So with this one, you had all the multi-person matches, which worked really well, and a few singles matches. All seemed like were really solid, and I was like, okay, good. This was a solid way of doing this. And Bayley getting the victory. Okay. She hit, Bayley to belly didn't work, and I was like, oh, that's her way to transition away from that being like a signature move, not a finisher. Like, I'm fine with that. And then we get down to Cody and Roman. So Cody had a slightly different entrance with the flaming American Nightmare flags and all that. And Brandy was there. Probably one of the few times Brandy will ever get cheered. But I really like he had this, I would say, Triple H-esque skull mask on. Took it off, got down to the ring. Roman had like a local orchestra play him down, which is pretty cool. So we'll get first into the one-on-one portion of this match before the shenanigans, followed by the shenanigans and the shenanigans and the shenanigans. So the one-on-one part, great, fantastic, loved it. We saw rock bottoms. I will say, with the ring being more mic'd up, having Roman hit a crossroads and be like, oh man, that move sucks. That would just beat anybody. I knew I wasn't going to win. I just want to rub it in his face. And I was like, oh. Cody's hitting a spear somewhere in this match, which he did, and Austin gets the victory from it. And then, so they also did we got to break a table. We just have to. We have to go through the barricade because there's someone who does a spear, and if you do a spear and there's a barricade and it's a big match, you have to use it. You have to bury the barricade. You just have to. And then, as Cody seemingly has all taken care of, Jimmy comes down. Jimmy attacks. Sets it up for the big victory. Then Jay comes down. Jimmy and Jay fight. Jay spears Jimmy off of the stage through some tables. Okay. Solo comes down. Solo is attacking, Cody. Well, Roman, get up, let's finish this. Cody survives a spike. The spike spear combination. With these sort of bits, I would love if instead of it's the pin with the hook, you have just the regular pin. But Roman was gassing, so I was like, get up, let's do this. He's like, oh, I'm getting there. So you can tell after a long match last night and in the middle of matches tonight, they're both beat. Okay, good story. And then John Cena comes down because, Solo took him out last time. Attacks Solo. Hits an AA on Roman. Puts Solo through a table. Then The Rock comes down. The Rock lays out Cena. And the Shield music plays. Seth Rollins comes down to the ring. And he gets laid out. Seth Rollins in Shield gear. Okay, so now The Rock is in there. And Roman. Cena's been laid out. Rollins has been laid out. Solo's been laid out. The gong hits. Taker shows up. Taker chokeslams The Rock. Lights go out. Lights come back on. The Rock and Taker are gone. We're now back to a one-on-one match. But wait, there's the weight belt. I'm a Rose weight belt. I wanted so badly to see Cody pick it up and just whoop Roman with it. But he didn't. Most of the weapon shots he wasn't able to get onto Roman, which is fine. Valiant babyface. This is Bloodline rules. He might not get the opportunity to do some of these things. Okay. But Roman grabs a hold of a chair. Cody's starting to get up. Seth is starting to get up. He looks at Seth, blasts Seth with the chair. Payback for the Shield. And I'm like, deep cut, super long callback. I'm fine with it. 3 crossroads later, and a 1, 2, 3, Cody's champ. And then a lot of the faces come down to the ring to see him. Gets his mom in there, hands his mom the title, asks for the mic, calls on Bruce Pritchard, said this is the beginning of a new era, the Paul Levesque era. And I'm like, this is insane. Like, how in the world are you going to top this? It also means, too, that depending on how things look going forward, do you do this wicked bloodline match where you have The Rock, Roman, Solo, and Jimmy taking on, I don't know, Cody, Jay, Cena, and Rollins? I mean, that is an absolutely just insane match to do somewhere down the line, potentially, or it's just in their back pocket. And they had, Rock looking down at Roman with the belt in his hands, and I'm like, you can do something with that? No, just gonna focus on, like, it's Cody's moment. Cool, let him run with it. Just, I will end this with the immortal words of Michael Cole, and he said those 2 words. He said, "I love professional wrestling."